I was in Mexico on vacation over the summer with my siblings. We stayed at my grandmother's house for the entirety of the stay. At this time, I was simping over a girl at my school, and the previous school year was the worst year of my life. I got extremely depressed for the whole year because of my obsession over her. I decided to go on vacation to get my mind off of this girl. During my vacation, I received a friend request on Facebook from an older woman who we'll call Laura. I accepted her friend request. A few weeks had passed and my birthday was coming up in July. On the day of my birthday, my family had made my sister and I a birthday party since our birthdays are only 6 days apart. As the day became evening and evening became night, everybody left and I was feeling good from the fun day I had. The same night, around 10 p.m., I got a message from Laura, and that's when we began talking to each other. Previously, I had liked some of her photos and began to message her. She replied and everything was normal at first. The conversation was pretty normal to begin with. That was until she began to turn the conversation a little more explicit. She then started to video call me and told me to accept her incoming call. I had always never trusted anything having to do with webcams or recordings on social media up until this time. But being desperate for something with the girl at this time, I gave in thinking maybe, just maybe, I could have something with this woman. I accepted her call and she was there, explicitly revealing herself to me. She told me to turn the camera to my privates. I went to the bathroom and did just that. I stupidly showed my face in the video upon her request and the call went on for about 5 minutes. This is when I realized I'd made a fatal mistake. After she hung up, she then sends me a link saying that she screen recorded me during the whole video call. She messaged me saying that I always must be available for her whenever she wanted. She even said that I better not even unfriend her or else she would send the video to everyone I knew. I immediately blocked her before she had a chance to do anything else and removed all the personal information I had on my profile, as well as most of the pictures I had uploaded up until that time, including my profile picture and cover photo. I was very scared that night and I couldn't sleep until about 3 a.m. So many thoughts began flooding my mind. What if she did send that video to my friends and family? What if she posts that video online and I won't even know? The most haunting thought I had, what if she sent it to somebody that was able to harm me? I was literally nervous the whole time until I finally fell asleep later that night. I started thinking that even if I have to wait 20 years to find somebody to be with, I would much rather wait but be safe and sound than to do something like this ever again. After a couple days, I unblocked Laura to see if she still had her account. It was gone. Her profile disappeared from Facebook and I never dared to check again. I never trusted webcams before this and now I don't trust them at all. I am so glad nothing happened and I'm still here, safe and sound and thankful. To all of you hearing this story, I highly advise you, if you want to be with somebody, do it in real life. Never try to find somebody online who you don't know in real life. Also, never ever video call somebody unless you know that person well enough in real life and trust them. And even then, be extremely careful of who you video call. Be very careful of who you add and what you do online, as it can come back and haunt you. This happened in the summer of 2012 when I was 16. I used to spend a lot of my time on Facebook since MySpace was literally dead at this point and was trying to rebuild my online popularity there. It worked and I got around 800 friends after a few months of creating my profile. My friends and I would brag to each other how many Facebook friends we had. I know it's kinda cringy looking back, but remember we were 16. Anyways, I used to get a lot of messages from the people who would add me or from people that I had randomly added. Most of the people that I was friends with on Facebook were people that lived pretty close, or at least within the same state. One night, I'm checking on my list of friend requests and one profile stood out to me. It was this scene girl named Shelby. She was 16 and lived just about an hour away from me. I thought this girl was super hot, so I instantly accepted her request. I messaged her a hey with a smiley face, hoping she would respond, and she did. She responded fairly quickly. We talked and found out that we enjoyed the same type of music, and we discussed about our favorite bands. I was really liking this girl, and I can tell that she was interested in me. For the next few weeks, we continued to talk day and night. It felt like I didn't even go 1 minute without talking to her. We were really falling for each other and started to call each other babe and acted like we were already a couple. I thought since we are this far into knowing each other, I asked if she wanted to talk on the phone, or talk to each other on Skype or on TinyChat, but with every single request, she declined. The excuses would range from being too shy to saying her webcam was broken. I was starting to realize something was way off. I tried to pretend like I'm not bothered and continue to talk anyways. Days later, I'm starting to get fed up with her excuses and ask her one last time if she wants to talk on the phone or get on cam. She still refuses and says no. I'm starting to get pushy at this point because I'm starting to question if this girl's even real. Her account seems fairly normal. She had a decent amount of Facebook friends, pictures of her, her family, and herself at school. Everything seemed fine, so why is she constantly pushing back on wanting to talk on the phone or get on cam? This may have been bad on my end, but I was now seriously angry with her excuses. We got into this big argument and I would insult her. I'm not proud of the stuff that I said, but it was enough where she said she was crying and said she was going to go out for a walk. The last thing she sent me through Facebook was, "I hope you remember those words of yours, where you decided to break my heart and kill me inside." Still in anger, I told her to go take her walk and that we would discuss about this later. 3 hours go by and I still haven't heard from her. It's around 1 AM at this point. I assumed she got back from her walk and decided to go to bed. I checked my phone one last time to see if I had a notification from her, and nothing. I closed my eyes and go to bed. I woke up the next day and messaged her apologizing for my behavior. I told her that I liked her and just wanted to know why she kept being a bit dodgy with me. Hours go by and I still haven't gotten a response from her. I'm starting to get worried now. I get on my phone, click on the app, and decided to go on her profile to look at her pictures as I started to miss her. On her Facebook wall was a post by her brother. It read,
"Hi everyone, this is Shelby's brother Cody. I wanted to let you all know that Shelby has passed away last night from suicide. She went out for a walk and eventually jumped in front of a large truck in the middle of the night. She was a sweet girl with lots of talent. We love you. We will miss you, Shelby."
My heart. I didn't even get to feel the tears build up. It just came out. I basically killed her with my words. I did this. This is all my fault. I stuffed my face into a pillow and screamed with pain. I cried so loud my parents ran to my room freaking out. I told them what happened and they held on to me. They sat down with me until I could calm down. My head was spinning everywhere. I just remember crying so hard that I felt lightheaded and passed out for a few hours. I woke up really late at night. I was sitting at my desk rereading our messages up until the last thing she sent me. I was completely broken. I went to grab a bottle of vodka that was in our wine cabinet. I didn't deserve to live anymore. Suicidal thoughts were starting to hit me hard. I knocked out and woke up the next day with the message. It was from my friend from school. Her name was Anna. She had this huge crush on me for a while, but I always rejected her. She sends me a message saying, "Hey, what's up? How you been?" I texted her that I'm okay, just chilling. We texted for a while and she was cheering me up. I told her what happened and how much she made my day a lot better. However, this didn't last long. Once telling her how much her company and words made my day, she didn't think it's a good idea to make a move and ask me out to be her boyfriend. This infuriated me. I was about to reply to her text until I realized something. Her texts, they were familiar. The way she talked, the slang she used, even the same exact Japanese emoticons. It was exactly how Shelby talked. I was comparing the messages and they were very, very similar. Was Anna pretending to be Shelby? No, it can't be true. It just can't. I look at my phone screen for a bit. Should I do it? Should I even ask? Or have I really gone insane? She texts me again saying, "Hello, sorry, I understand it's a bad time to ask. My apologies." Screw it, I went for it and asked. I explained how they both talk the same exact way, from the slang she uses and the emoticons. She didn't even try to hide it. She admitted to everything. Anna was Shelby this entire time. But why? I wanted my answers, so I told her to spill everything. Why the fake account? Why me? Why fake her death and leaving me to hate myself? She explained that she had made that fake account less than a year ago and was adding everyone we knew, basically everyone in our high school. She would use it to be able to get more attention as the girl she was pretending to be. All the guys hitting her inbox and constantly complimenting her looks and her body, stuff she wouldn't get all the time from her account or in person. When she noticed my Facebook account, she used this opportunity to add me and build a fake relationship with me because that's what she's been wanting. If she can't be in a relationship with me as Anna, then she sure as hell can as Shelby, and it worked. This just leaves me with one thing. Why fake the death? Her reason was that she was tired of being someone else online. She admitted to hurting others, but nothing to this extent. I was the only one she was flirting at that point. However, she wanted to end it, so she faked Shelby's death to give an excuse on leaving the account for good. Oh, and Shelby's supposed brother? It wasn't her brother. It was some online friend who saw himself as her brother. Anna pretended to be some friend that got in Shelby's account and messaged him about the incident. The girl's picture she used was some random profile she came across and was stealing all her images. The thing I had trouble to understand was that Anna wasn't ugly at all. She was really pretty and all, but the reason why I never wanted to date her wasn't because of her body or her looks. Rather, it was the fact she was a bit weird. For example, one morning at school, I said hello to her, and instead of saying hi back, she makes a joke to me about how she thought it was funny that she saw a dead cat on the road as she walked to school. It was stuff like that made me very uncomfortable, so I imagined she was just a very shy, awkward, insecure girl. I was filled with rage though. I felt my body completely hot, but I didn't degrade her. I told her I can't be friends with her and promised to get help because this was beyond bad. She understood and apologized once more. I blocked her. I couldn't believe this. I never told my parents or anyone about the discovery. My parents never brought it up either after all these years. I assume they forgot about it and I want to keep it that way. I have checked up on Anna once in 2016, 4 years later after I forgot that I had blocked her. She was a completely different person now, in a good way of course. She smiles so much in her pictures and had pictures with a guy who was obviously her boyfriend. I almost didn't even recognize her. As much as I hate what she did to me, I'm glad she's doing a lot better. I never contacted her again. I just decided to leave it be. Anna, I hope you're still doing good.